Hello guys, and welcome back to my channel. As you can tell by today's video, I'm going to be giving freshman high schoolers advice, tips, and my own experience of what I experienced my freshman year of high school. Most likely we'll have a part 2 because there's a lot of tips and advice that I have for freshmen or high schoolers. It's a lot. I am a class graduate of 2022, so that was 2 years ago that I graduated, and I've really been wanting to make this video for a good minute now, but it now has came to the conclusion of me making this video. Plus, school's about to be back into session, so why not make a video dedicated to the upcoming high schoolers? So the first tip and advice I have for you is what to expect on the first day of high school. So from my own experience of the first day, I was super nervous. One thing for sure is to not be nervous. There's nothing to be nervous about, but it's understandable to be nervous, okay? So it's okay to be nervous, but just don't be like overboard nervous, like you're doing shit to embarrass yourself. You're just going all out of proportion with stuff, but just calm the fuck down. Take a ashwagandha or something, okay? Calm down. I made it throughout the day, but I could tell that other people could tell that I was nervous. That was the only nerve-wracking thing about me, was that I was just very nervous. Here, like that first week of school as a freshman, it was very humbling. It was just getting me in tune with the high school life, but eventually months from now you'll get the hang of it. Everything will be perfectly fine. One thing I would say for sure, my number one advice is to please make sure that you prepare yourself the night before your first day of school. Please make sure to be mentally prepared, physically prepared all the way. You don't want to be a hot mess on the first day. Be prepared the night before your first day of high school and pamper yourself. I've literally seen, I think the year after I graduated, so the class of 2023, I remember seeing that a lot of people are saying that people were going to get their makeup done, their hair done. They were wearing very expensive bougie outfits to the first day of school. Honestly, do what makes you happy. If you want to wear Louis Vuitton on your first day of school, wear Louis Vuitton. Do whatever makes you happy. If you don't want to come to school looking bougie, or you want to go to school looking comfortable and more yourself, then you do that, okay? You do what makes you happy and comfortable, but I suggest being more prepared and pamper yourself so you would at least feel comfortable, look your best, and be more presentable to everybody to make good first impressions. Tip number 2 is be yourself. It's not that hard to be yourself, but when you're in high school around a lot of other influencers or other people that are influence you to be something that you're not, and I will just say that I was like that in school. Like, everybody would be wearing something that's trendy, for an example, and I'd be like, oh my god, I want to wear that because everybody else is wearing it and it's very popular. But honestly and truly, like, be yourself, be authentically you. Like, you don't have to do this and not just because everybody else is doing it. Don't try to be around the wrong group of people. It shouldn't take you an arm and a leg to do whatever it takes to hang out with a group of people. Honestly and truly, just be yourself, okay? Hang out with people that bring out the best in you and that are on the same level as you. Don't hang out with people that are not like you, okay? That you can't relate to, that you just don't fit in. I was in high school. I really didn't have a group of friends that I consider that I could relate to and understand to, because everybody was just so different than me, and I was just different from everybody else. Like, everybody's talking about this and that, and I just couldn't relate because that's just not who I am. That's not what I want to talk about. That's not who I'm about, you know. Hang out with people that make you happy, basically. Tip number 3 is that we're going to get into friendships and relationships. So with friendships come and go, okay? You're not gonna walk out with that friend or those group of people. You're probably gonna walk out with one friend or maybe with none, and that's perfectly fine. You outgrow people. Friends come and go, okay? Everybody in your life that walks in will walk out, and some people are meant to stay and some people are just meant to go. And you just have to accept and come to the realization that in life, that's just how it is. It's always like that. I mean, maybe when you transitioned into middle school, you really weren't friends with the people that you were friends with in elementary, or some things happened, switched up. And don't get me wrong, it's not always like that. There's people that have been friends since freshman year and they still walk out, graduated, and they're still friends. They still hang out outside of high school after they graduated as well. So it's not always like, oh, it's gonna happen the way that I'm saying, but most likely it has happened because several people that I know have experienced it, and it's literally happened. So even to me myself, so like, don't cry about it or whatever, but this is just to be aware and acknowledge the fact that it's a thing. It's possible that it can happen. So, you know, don't get too with your friend, because your friend might not be your friend when y'all walking across that stage to get that diploma. With dating, relationships come and go as well. Honestly and truly, don't take those relationships in high school too seriously. You're young, live your life. You're gonna find somebody else, okay? Don't cry. Honestly, don't spend your time on relationships. Honestly, I would rather spend my time on making new friends. Relationships to me is like a distraction, and I'm not trying to sound like somebody's mom or parent, but coming from what I've experienced, they're literally a distraction. There's nothing beneficial or good coming out of a relationship. And don't get me wrong, like, some people graduate with their high school sweetheart and they end up getting married and having kids, end up having a really good future together. But it's not always like that. Let's be real, because in reality, it's drama majority of the time, even in friendships, okay? There's always drama, and don't get into it too deep. Honestly and truly, when I was a freshman, before my freshman year began, during that summer, I remember watching a lot of YouTube videos about freshman advice, what to expect on your first day or as a freshman. And a lot of the advice was about not dating seniors as a freshman. And honestly and truly, I would just say it like this: honestly, date whoever you want. If you are a freshman and if you want to date a sophomore or a junior or senior, go ahead, do so, okay? If you are a freshman wanting to date a freshman, go ahead, do your thing. There's nothing wrong with that. But I will say, in regards, so they might not have the best intentions on what they really want with you, and that is something that you need to look out for and be careful about. But just know that relationships like that are not important. I think what's most important is having fun, working on your work, obviously, as in homework, your grades, making sure that you're up to par on good grades. Just live your life. You know, it's, boys can be full of shit, let's be real, and pardon my language, but they can be full of shit. So freshmen, just know that some boys might not have the best intentions, okay? Because they can be full of shit. Fourth tip for you guys is managing your time, okay? When I was in high school or school in general, I was a very big procrastinator. I would have loads of homework to do and I'd be like, oh, I'll do it later, and I never do it. And then I'll be doing it that morning while I'm on the bus or way before classes even start. I'm in my homeroom doing my homework. Don't do that. Okay, it's gonna stress you the fuck out. I literally had a mental breakdown my 8th grade year because of all the homework I had that I never did because I was putting it off, and not managing my time. Get off that phone, get off TikTok, and do your work. Study, okay? Do what you need to do to get good grades. You have to manage your time, not just with the social media and like homework. That's not the only thing. Like, that's just something that I experienced, but I mean also managing your time with everything else that you have going on in your life, as in family, friends, romantic relationships, school, extracurriculars, whatever it is that you have going on. You have to manage that. So if something needs more attention to it because of some type of emergency, urgency, whatever it is, like you can tell like it needs attention, then you need to be going to that. Okay, don't be worried about what she got going on, what he got going on. You need to worry about you. Okay, you need to manage your time. Please manage your time, because you do not want to have a mental breakdown. You want to manage your time. If you're not a busy person, okay, and if you don't have that much going on, like, yeah, you still need to manage your time. But if you have a lot going on, you have a lot of things to do after school or whatsoever, please manage your time. Set up some type of healthy routine for you. Let's say, for an example, in the subject math, I would have homework in math, I would have homework in language, literature, whatever, homework in this subject, that subject. I would do math, and then I'll take a little break after I done my math and go scroll for like a few minutes on TikTok or something, and then boom, go to something else. Do what works best for you though. But that's what worked best for me. But I didn't really have homework in high school. I did not have homework at all in high school. I only had homework a lot in elementary and middle school. But when I got to high school, I didn't have any homework. But if you guys have homework, please make time for it, please. Manage your time. The next tip is to experience the high school life. And what I mean by that is like going to games, going to dances, going to events at school, having fun and making memories is what you want to do. You don't want to go through the entire years of high school without having anything that you've experienced or any good memories, because you don't want to look back years from now and be like, wow, like I really didn't experience life in high school, and then it's going to make you all sad and shit, and then you're going to feel bad. So even if it's just one game you attended to, just go to one game. Like, just get out, like do something with your life and make the best of it. Join a club, join a sport, do something that's going to make you happy. Honestly and truthfully, I didn't really go out as much as in high school, but I tried to go out whenever I could. Personally, I would go out. Like, if I could redo high school over again, which honestly I wouldn't want to, but I most definitely would go out more, enjoy life as a teenager and have fun with your friends or your boyfriends, girlfriends, whoever, and live your life to the fullest, because you are a teenager, baby, and you're not a teenager for the rest of your life. You only have that chance one and one time only. The next tip is how to deal with mean girls or bullies. Now, it comes to a certain extent when it's a bully versus a mean girl. We're gonna get into the bullies first, because I used to be bullied, and I most definitely will make a personal video on that, but we're talking about this right now. If you're being bullied or whatsoever, you most definitely need to seek professional help or a professional. And I'm not saying it like it's your problem, like it's you. No, it's not you. You're not the problem. And I know it's not easy for somebody to go to somebody for help when they're being bullied, because you have to be vulnerable, and a lot of people nowadays don't want to be vulnerable. But when it comes to your mental health and physical health, because I know how some people can get very violent, most definitely seek professional help from somebody that can help you with being bullied, particularly kids. And some kids are mean because they're haters. Okay, it's not always because they have something bad going on in their lives. That's also a reason, but majority of the time that's not the reason. And sometimes there's not really a reason why somebody is being a bully. Sometimes they're being a bully just because they just want to be mean. They don't give a fuck. They just a mean person. Like, people out here mean. Okay. And also it could be because of how they were raised and who they were raised by and the things they were taught at home. I don't condone bullying. We don't do bullying over here. I'm sorry for anybody that has experienced being bullied, because I feel you on that, because I've experienced that as well. Defend yourself. Defend yourself and stick up for yourself. That's something that I'm literally working on right now as a 20-year-old woman. I am still working on having to sit here and defend myself. It's very hard because when I was younger, I never defended myself. I never spoke up whenever I felt like someone was treating me wrong, doing me wrong, or when there was just wrong, period. Most definitely speak up for yourself. Defend yourself to the fullest, because that right there shows nothing but true love to yourself. It shows you how much you value yourself, and nobody can value yourself as much as you do. Dealing with mean girls, honestly, this is why I did not have any friends in high school myself. Because there were a lot of girls in high school that were just mean for no reason. Like, don't get me wrong, I have my moments. Don't surround yourself around mean girls. Honestly, don't, just fuck them, okay? Because majority of mean girls that bully me or were just mean towards me are pregnant or in a fucked up ass lifestyle right now, and don't give a fuck about what they say about you. Honestly and truly, mean girls, there's mean girls everywhere. I literally have mean girls where I work, okay? They're going to be at your job, they're going to be in college, they're not going nowhere. Those bitches still stand till this day. Mean girls ain't going nowhere. Honestly and truly, protect your peace and don't give a fuck about what they say about you, okay? We're gonna have to have some confidence here. We can't be all shy and shit, because I know how that is, because I'm shy myself. But honestly and truly, like I said, defend yourself. Take a deep breath right now and just fucking forget about that shit. Just at peace. Next tip is fights and drama. So where I went to school at, there was always drama. There was always fights, and I was never included in either one of them. Because you want to know why? You want to know what I did? I stayed to myself. I didn't give a fuck about any of that shit. I swear, I would hear, oh, you know, da-da-da, this and that, we're fighting, da-da-da, that and that, arguing, da-da-da, this and that happened. I'm like, okay, and I don't give a fuck. I don't know, it maybe was because I was a senior, I was about to graduate, and it's like, when you're a senior, you don't give a fuck. You're just ready to graduate. You're ready to get this shit over with. It's your last year in high school, but as a freshman, this is different. But honestly and truly, freshmen have issues, okay, with fighting and drama. Honestly and truly, just stay out of the fight, stay out of the drama, just chill, okay? Honestly and for real, like, I know I've been saying this the entire video about chilling and protecting your peace and being at peace, but that's the most mature and realist thing that I could ever say when it comes to situations about fights and drama. Don't include yourself. I know you want to know about what happened between Emily and Kimberly, why they fighting, why they beefing. Yeah, it's okay to know what happened or be nosy, but including yourself, no. Exclude yourself from those situations. Don't put yourself in those situations. But I know in certain situations, it's like you need to stick up for yourself, defend yourself, because you don't want nobody hitting you in your face and just sitting there and taking it. Like, no, don't don't do that. That's probably the only thing that it's like I stand by and I condone. Like, I would very much want you to always, at the end of the day, stand up for yourself. Last but not least, is high school really bad? Like, overall, is high school bad? personally, from my own experience and my perspective, it was bad. It was only bad my freshman year just because I was attending at a high school that I did not like. And when I left there and I started attending to another high school, my beginning of my sophomore year, it was amazing. I loved it. Nobody knew me. I was the new girl. I was chill. And people at the school aren't as bad, but it's bad. But I was never in any of the bullshit because nobody knew me. But it's just different from my own experience. But overall, I would say high school was not as bad just during the beginning of just the beginning of high school, because of my freshman year that threw me off. But like I said, once, my sophomore, junior year, senior year, it was good. Especially my senior year. I had a really good senior year. High school is not bad. But I would say everybody's experience and own perspective of what they've been through in high school, or if they're in high school right now, or just general speaking, way before you even hit high school, it's not bad. Everybody is different. Some people will not like it, and some people will love it. Some people will be crying the first day of their senior year. I wasn't crying. I was happy. I can't personally say you're going to have the worst years of your life just because of what I've been through. But if you make the best of it, like I said, if you actually participate in the high school life and you go out, you have fun, you go to dances, events, and you hang out with friends, make friends, and make really good memories, then you will live that high school life successfully and happily. But it's not always going to be good days. You're going to have bad days. You're going to have maybe a fucked up month or a few couple months in school, but that's fine because it's life. And you have to just realize that not everything is going to be butterflies, unicorns, and rainbows and shit every day. No, it's not. Yeah, and that reality hit after high school. You make the best of it. It will go through smoothly. Okay, you will have it, honey. Well, without further ado, that's all for today's video. Like and comment if you want a part 2 of freshman advice, because I do have more in store for you guys. Love you, and I hope that you seen some very good tips and advice. I hope this was just really useful and helpful, because this is my first time doing something for the kiddos. If you know what I mean. Please make sure to subscribe and hit that bell to be notified whenever I upload. Bye bye.